Leo sapa tunakuladi mpishi, bora tushibe. Mwiko refu tunafungadi mshipi, bora tupike. Kamba ya buta unaweza gongewa, hauna mbota na bado timing unatolewa. Bora mpishi jumpishi, bora shaolewa. Easy but niko easy ganji kitolewa.
Baby don't touch me there, me gonna wake you in the air. I me say touch me there, sugar down low, find me there. Hakuna cha reverse, nikisha kanyaga zini, I'm always on time. Lakunya zime fit, konya ninyo ni magrin, feeling really high. I'm feeling best, take it really nice. I'm really best, take it you cannot deny. Feeling really high. It's many bambas, many fika di quartos. Start by your number, gonna pay a gaki calls. Likunisha ndenka jipata nimedoze. So do not really hini dawa hini dose. Spirit iko so high, wasi shusha walai. Baby don't be so shy, tisha Kenya na die. Feeling really high, Kila kitu alright, Baby don't catch me there, me gonna wake you in the air. I me say touch me there, sugar down low, find me there. Hakuna cha reverse, nikisha kanyaga zini, I'm always on time. Lakunya zime fit, konya ninyo ni magrin, feeling really high. I'm feeling best, take it really nice. I'm really best, take it you cannot deny. Feeling really high. Anadai kumedi bas mi do medicine, na doba zangu kwake ni therapy. Mzembe ting, na kutibu from within. A win is a win, nikisha kanyaga sin. Mohana nice and lovely, sweet and sexy girl, won't you catch a wine for me? I take me back to December, ukipuliza kipenga, imechi wendo referee. Ashifula, pomekuza mulima. Anainama, anainuka, atoti dedile sudika. Hakuna cha reverse, nikisha kanyaga zini, I'm always on time. Lakunya zime fit, konya ninyo ni magrin, feeling really high. I'm feeling best, take it really nice. I'm really best, take it you cannot deny. Feeling really high. Martin, girl, I wanna fit in your pocket. Them call me Yaruba.
Grandmaster techniques.
Hapo umegusa zibadilishe, umegusa penyewe. Are you whining? And I like it. Raise up your body, pani dapper. Girl, your body nice and proper. Come back it up, pani dandada. So me say big up. But I know that's how we did. Girl, from you ready, then you know me ready. Me book you last night and you feel me today. Girl, back it up and it down. Rocky steady. Shh, your body attack. People a look, come we go in at the dark. Cheza na mi, nikupe unachotaka. Your pony fat in a jeans, me can't wait to take it off. Yeah. Hapo kwetu kila siku holiday. Yeah. Hapo umegusa zibadilishe, umegusa penyewe. Are you whining? And I like it. Raise up your body, pani dapper. Girl, your body nice and proper. Come back it up, pani dandada. Girl, I naughty. Nimenoki na mwaga noti. See you go, bitch, stack it low-key. Action time, me and you interlocking. Tonight is you and I. Sababisha, don't be shy. When you pay wickedest style. Oh, no, a wickedest style. Yeah.
invited your old babe. And look at her. She looks like mess like you do. Her dress is as tacky as your suit.
That's right. That's definitely right.
I see why you guys were together. You make a real good couple.
baby tumejiseti, we on the highway. Tukafunga breki, tukaanza bishana, asking who is Diana, vipi mnajuana. I swear tumejibetray, baby tumejiseti, cause love isn't here right now. I guess we'll never know mali hii story ingeenda. Tulichoanza kuja tumalize, kinachokwaza baby ziandike, punguza drama baby zitushike, washa kishada.
I don't wanna argue, kako sawa miko sawa, kako sawa miko sawa. Akizile vitu tulipanga, ukanishukisha namba, najua misi hiki tanda, vile visa na visanga. Akizile vitu tulifanya, kamla ubadilishe namba. Bado wonsemanga mine psycho, bado mupiganga simu yako. Nilideletingi namba yako, lakini naikumbukanga kwa moyo. And I just can't explain, thoughts of you and me keep going up and down in my brain. And you were looking for some love, didn't care for the fame. I was looking for a good time playing the game, yeah. And now you're stuck on my lane, moving in together, baby, it was never the same. Oh, it's such a shame, kila saa tunakombana, lini tutaelewana.
Kuja tumalize, kinachokwaza baby ziandike, punguza drama baby zitushike, washa kishada.
I don't wanna argue, kako sawa miko sawa, kako sawa miko sawa. Akizile vitu tulipanga, ukanishukisha namba, najua misi hiki tanda, vile visa na visanga. Akizile vitu tulifanya, kabla ubadilishe namba. I don't wanna argue, kako sawa miko sawa, kako sawa miko sawa. Akizile vitu tulipanga, ukanishukisha namba, najua misi hiki tanda, vile visa na visanga. Akizile vitu tulifanya, kamla ubadilishe namba.
Always feel the need to tell me things. Seems like they're just happier than us these days. Yeah. These days I don't know how to talk to you. I don't know how to be there when you need me. It feels like the only time you'll see me is when you turn your head to the side and look at me differently. Yeah. And last night I think I lost my patience. Last night I got high as the expectations. Last night I came to a realization, and I hope you can take it. I hope you can take it all. I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it. No, I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it.
I don't know how to talk to you. I just know I find myself getting lost with you. Lately you just made me work too hard for you.
just don't understand it. No, I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it. Years go by too fast. I can't keep track. How long did we last? I feel bad for asking. It can't end like this. We gotta take time with this. Up your bumper, sit down, bonita. Let me see if this is something I can fix. Yeah. You got somebody other than me. Don't play the victim when you're with me. Free time is costing me more than it seems. Sacrificing things, and I wanna tell you my intentions. I wanna do the things that I mentioned. I wanna benefit from this friendship. I wanna get the late night message from you. I put my hands around you. Gotta get a handle on you. Gotta get a handle on the fact that I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it. No, I'm too good to you. I'm way too good to you. You take my love for granted. I just don't understand it.
And so you was my lady friend, we spent time. I found a way to be by your side through the ins and outs, the wrongs and rights. After a while of being settled down, I didn't know how to keep the love, cause I was young. I wish I knew then what I know now. I wouldn't let you go. I swear I would've made this love grow. I spent a lot of time and a lot of dough trying to match what we had, and now I was hoping we could find a way. I was hoping we could find a way to have what we had again today. Have what we had again today. It's been some time since you and I. It wouldn't hurt to try to find our love. Wish that I would've known the treasures I found. I didn't know until you left. I loved your smile just the other day. Your girl said that you can't stand me. I know you don't mean that, can't we? Just slow down a minute and talk it out. I've been through my share of love since then. Ooh, don't know about what you've been through, but nothing compares to what we had. All I know is I need you back, and I know that you need me back. Baby, let's try again to find our love. Oh, I was hoping we could find a way, yeah, baby, to have what we had again today. Again today. Though it's been some time since you and I, it wouldn't hurt to try to find our love. Oh no, I was hoping we could find a way to have what we had again today. Have what we had again. Though it's been some time since you and I, it's too long. It wouldn't hurt to try. It wouldn't hurt to try. Find our love. Oh baby, I can't forget times we shared. Didn't know love until love was gone. Till I moved on. Now I'm right back to square one again. I was hoping we could find a way. I was hoping we could find to have what we had again today. Oh, baby, though it's been some time since you and I, it wouldn't hurt to try. It wouldn't hurt to try. Find our love. Find our love. I was hoping we could find a way. I was hoping we could find a way to have what we had again today. To have what we had again. Though it's been some time since you and I. Oh no, it wouldn't hurt to try. Hurt to try to find our love. Hurt to try, baby. Oh no, baby. Find our love, baby. Find our love. Sola kamilishe mama, tafadhali Mola mwambie milele anichunge mimi nisijezama, mashetani sinivamie, chuki wivu tunakutesana, linda kwako usiwasikie, kwa nini hatuwezi sote kupendana? Wai wacha niwaambie, labda si wote wenda zimu, labda lana yetu pesa, kesho kipoteza kila kitu, dunia mzima itakucheka. Wanaomba tiliweche yangu sumu, wabaki wao ndo kusema, kesho wampigie demu wangu simu, asahau walivyonipenda. Ona hayo, ayayayayaya, oh haya wanawasi watu hawa, ayayayayaya, na binadamu kageuka mnyama, hayawan, 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 hayawan,
This is Icon Radio.
Sola kamilishe mama, tafadhali Mola mwambie milele anichunge mimi nisijezama, mashetani sinivamie, chuki wivu tunakutesana, linda kwako siwasikie, kwa nini hatuwezi sote kupendana? Wai wacha niwaambie, labda si wote wenda zimu, labda lana yetu pesa, kesho kipoteza kila kitu, dunia mzima itakucheka. Wanaomba tiliweche yangu sumu, wabaki wao ndo kusema, kesho wampigie demu wangu simu, asahau walivonipenda. Ona hayawan, ayayayayaya, oh hayawana wasi watu hawa, ayayayayaya, na binadamu kageuka mnyama. Hayawan, 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 hayawan. Tunaongezea nini bidii na roho ya mwanadamu haitosheki yake. I'm sorry if I never made you happy, I can't be there for everybody. It's easy to see, wengi wishi tukutafuta kasoro kwako. Why man so money minded, you wanna take from everyone. Man need man society, uoni haya kuivunja familia, hamna utu ni kujipigilia. Uhoi binadamu wote mmegeuka hayawan, ayayayayaya, oh hayawana wasi watu hawa, ayayayayaya, na binadamu kageuka mnyama. Hayawan, 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 hayawan. Na muogopa Mungu pekee, wanadamu kija kumtafash, naomba Mungu mtetee, maneno yako yasiniumize, mfanye sugu wewe, yeah, wakitrai kuntisha.
This is Icon Radio.
Swing if you know what I mean, but I'm about to take my rings off, give me some Vaseline. Your face, girl, you better chill. Chill and I mean it. You better back down before you get smacked down. You better chill. You better relax yourself. Your face, girl, he's my man, girl. Nobody else has. You better back down. but you know it's a lie. You keep lying to my man, girlfriend. I'm gonna take you out in the middle of the street and whoop your tail for all it's worth. $5.99 or something like that. You better back down before you get smacked down. You better chill. You better back down before you get smacked down. You better chill. You better back down before you get smacked down. You better chill. I ain't playing with you. You better back down before you get smacked down. You better chill.
This is Icon Radio.
Let me tell you why I love him. 'Cause he is the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright, I wouldn't lie. I remember the very first day that I saw him. I found myself immediately intrigued by him. It's almost like I knew this man from another life. Like back then maybe I was his husband, maybe he was my wife. And here the things I don't like about him are fine with me. 'Cause it's not hard for me to understand him, 'cause he's so much like me. And it's truly my pleasure to share his company. And I know that it's God's gift to breathe the air he breathes. Oh, he is the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright, I wouldn't lie. How can the same man that makes me so mad, you know what he did? Turn right around and kiss me so soft. Girl, you know what he did? If he ever left me, I wouldn't even be sad. No, 'cause there's a blessing in every lesson, and I'm glad that I know him at all. 'Cause he's the truth. Said he is so real. And I love the way that he makes me feel. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because his light, it shines so bright. No, I love the way he speaks. I love the way he thinks. I love the way that he treats his mama. I love that gap in between his teeth. I love him in every way that a woman can love a man. From personal to universal, but most of all, it's unconditional. You know what I'm talking about? That's the way I feel. And I always will. There ain't no substitute for the truth. Either it is or it isn't. You see, the truth, it needs no proof. Either it is or it isn't. And you know the truth by the way it feels. And if I am a reflection of him, then I must be fly. Because he is, yes he is. I wonder, does he know? Does he know?
You think I'm pretty without any makeup on. You think I'm funny when I tell the punchline wrong. I know you get me, so I let
baby. When we first met, I never felt something so strong. You were like my lover and my best friend, all wrapped in one with a ribbon on it. And all of a sudden, you went left. I didn't know how to follow. It's like a shot that's spun me around, and now my heart's dead. I feel so empty and hollow, and I never give myself to another the way I gave it to you. Don't even recognize the way you hurt me, baby. Gonna take a miracle to bring me back, and you're the one to blame. And now I feel like, oh, you're the reason why I'm thinking I don't wanna smoke on the cigarettes no more. I guess that's what I get for wishful thinking. Should've never let you enter my door. Next time you wanna go on a leave, I should just let you go on and do it. 'Cause now I'm using like I believe. It's like a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease. It's like a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in the rehab, 'cause baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in the rehab, 'cause baby, you're my disease. Damn, isn't it crazy when your love smell? You do anything for the one you love. 'Cause anytime that you needed me, I'd be there. It's like you were my favorite drug. The only problem is that you was using me in a different way that I was using you. But now that I know it's not meant to be, you gotta go, I gotta win myself off of you. And I'll never give myself to another the way I gave it to you. Don't even recognize, oh. Gonna take a miracle to bring me back, and you're the one to blame. 'Cause now I feel like, oh, you're the reason why I'm thinking I don't wanna smoke on the cigarettes no more. I guess that's what I get for wishful thinking. I should've never let you in and let you in a door. Next time you wanna go on and leave, I should just let you go on and do it. 'Cause now I'm using like I believe. It's like a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease. You're my disease. It's like a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease. You're my disease. Got a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease.
Now ladies, give me that.
Oh, 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 oh.
Now give me that.
Oh, 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 oh.
My ladies, give me that.
Oh, 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 oh.
Now give me that.
Oh, 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 oh. Oh, you're the reason why I'm thinking I don't wanna smoke on these cigarettes no more. I guess that's what I get for wishful thinking. I should've never let you enter my door. Next time you wanna go on and leave, I should just let you go on and do it. 'Cause now I'm using like I believe. It's like a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease. It's like a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease. I got a chick in the rehab, baby, you're my disease.
This is Icon Radio.
Leo sapa tunakuladi mpishi. Bora bora tushibe. Mwiko refu tunafungadi mshipi, bora tupike. Kamba ya buta unaweza gongewa, hauna mbota na bado timing unatolewa. Bora mpishi jumpishi bora shaolewa. Easy but niko easy ganji kitolewa.
Baby don't touch me there, me gonna wake you in the air. I me say touch me there, sugar down low, find me there. Hakuna cha reverse, nikisha kanyaga zini, I'm always on time. Rakunya zime fit kwenye ninyo ni magrin, feeling really high. I'm feeling best, take it really nice. I'm really best, take it you cannot deny. Feeling really high. So many bambas, many fika di kwa toes. Tell me your number, kauna pay agaki calls. Likunisha nkajipata nimedoze. So tuna daily hini dawa hini dose. Spirit iko so high, wasi shusha walai. Baby don't be so shy, tisha Kenya na die. Feeling really high, kila kitu alright, Baby don't touch me there, me gonna wake you in the air. I me say touch me there, sugar down low, find me there. Hakuna cha reverse, nikisha kanyaga zini, I'm always on time. Rakunya zime fit kwenye ninyo ni magrin, feeling really high. I'm feeling best, take it really nice. I'm really best, take it you cannot deny. Feeling really high. Anadai kumedi bas mi do medicine, na doba zangu kwake ni therapy. Mzimbiting na kutibu from within. A win is a win, nikisha kanyaga sin. Mohana nice and lovely, sweet and sexy girl, won't you catch a wine for me? I take me back to December, ukipuliza kipenga, imechi wendo referee. Ashifula, pomekuza mulima. Anainama, anainuka. Atoti dedili sudika. Hakuna cha reverse, nikisha kanyaga zini, I'm always on time. Rakunya zime fit kwenye ninyo ni magrin, feeling really high. I'm feeling best, take it really nice. I'm really best, take it you cannot deny. Feeling really high. Martin, girl, I wanna fit in your pocket. Them call me out of work.
Grandmaster techniques.
Hapo meguso zibadilishe, umegusa penyewe. Are you whining? Girl, I like it. Raise up your body, pani dapper. Girl, your body nice and proper. Come back it up, pani dandada. So me say big up, but I know that's how we did. Girl, from you ready, then you know me ready. Me book you last night and you feel me today. Girl, back it up and it down. Rocky said it. Your body attack. People are look, come we go in at the dark. Cheza na mi, ni kupe una chota. Your pony fat in a jeans, me can't wait to take it off. Yeah. Hapo kwetu kila siku holiday. Yeah. Hapo meguso zibadilishe, umegusa penyewe. Are you whining? Girl, I like it. Raise up your body, pani dapper. Girl, your body nice and proper. Come back it up, pani dandada. Girl, I naughty. Nimenoki na mwaga noti. See you go, please stack it low-key. Action time, me and you interlocking. Tonight is you and I. Sababisha, don't be shy. When it be wicked this time. Oh no, a wicked this style. Yeah. Hapo kwetu kila siku holiday.
Good afternoon, actually. Good evening, and welcome to Icon Radio. This is Money Mondays with me, Ezekiel Olande. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It's been a minute, but I'm glad to be here. Today with me, my guest is Diana Ochino. And
Yay!
Diana is the CEO of Diro Jewelers, and she has come with some really cool stuff that we'll show you later. But for now, Diana, karibu, salimia the people who are here watching, and just tell us a bit about who you are and what you do.
Okay, good evening. Yes, this is the first time I've done this, so if I am a bit over the top or overexcited, please guys just work with me. Yeah. It's very exciting. Thank you for inviting me and for having me.
Very good.
I am Diana Ochino, the CEO and founder of Diro Jewelers and Enterprises. We are producers of handcrafted fashion accessories, and we work with mainly horn and bone and many other raw materials. So, yeah, I'm an entrepreneur in the fashion space. Yeah.
Sorry. Don't worry, Vitalis is our producer here. Is just making sure that you can hear us well. Super. Thank you so much, Diana. I want us to talk about, this. Where did this come from? Like, how did you decide that I'm going to do handcrafted jewelry?
Yeah.
And especially because I'm assuming it's not an easy market to get into. But first, just tell us probably how did this journey start for you?
Okay, first I'd say I'm a creative at heart. I'm not just a jewelry designer. When I began, I am the one who used to literally craft everything.
Wow.
I used to do everything. So I'm very good with my hands.
Yeah.
And I've been good with my hands from the time I was a child. The aha moment came for me during the gap year. You clear high school.
Yes.
And you're between nothingness and nothingness, really. So you're just like really floating about.
Yeah.
So I was able to do, that time I was involved in performance art. So dance. I've been paid professionally to dance, professionally to sing.
Yeah.
What
the
else?
Dancing I knew. The singing, this is new. What voice?
Alto.
You sound like an alto.
Yes, I sound like an alto, but my register, I can do a soprano. A second soup.
Okay.
Yes, that's what. Those technicalities in range and whatever. So I've been paid, but I also had the privilege of working with Pastor Pete Odera at the Waterbrook Church.
Hala, Pastor Pete.
Yes. Yeah. So, and of course, you can't just be. He's one of the great voices in the history of music, gospel music in Kenya.
Absolutely.
And so that had a lot of influence in why I sang and how I got even into singing at the time. But let's dial it back to when I was a child. There are these shows I used to watch. There used to be really this boring stuff that, or at least everyone used to think it's boring. It was called Style by Elsa Clench.
Okay.
I just used to find those outfits so fascinating. Well, my uncles are like, Kwani, this person, they were inspired by potato crisps, and it's sort of how people look at art, sometimes the ideas that seem outlandish, those ideas are not outlandish to me. Like, I'd look at them and I'd be so fascinated. So that was one aha moment for me. But I think the chief of which is, I think just after that gap year, I'd been on and off doing art projects. Then I found my school leaving certificate for now primary school, then high school. I just wasn't even how you're just looking for things and going through the motions of things. So I looked at my primary school leaving certificate and there was a clear A on creativity. And how they used to grade us in the 8 - 4 - 4 system. And it was the comment from the teacher was, if she's serious, it's not verbatim, but she said if this person is serious, they can actually make a living out of this. I look at my high school leaving certificate. I had a clear A. No one in our high school had ever gotten an A.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mm.
And so I got a chill. Nilipatwa na jasho jembamba. Nilitokwa. So, and that's when I knew, oh my God, this is, I was meant to do this.
Right.
I did not know that the expression would primarily come through jewelry.
Okay.
You
but
know,
there was something in the creative space that you were supposed to
right,
to do.
right. And I sat on that. You know, first you get that that chill in your spine, and then you're like, whatever. I sat that way for a while. Then I got employed.
Okay.
But I was still creating. I was still doing projects here and there. People would ask me, "Can you take this picture? Do something for me?"
Yeah.
You know, and I create magic with it.
Right.
Then one day I had this dream. I saw a huge factory. It had beads, and remember this time I'm crafting with my hands. I don't have artisans or any agent helping me to do the work.
Yeah.
Then I said, oh my God, is this mine in the dream? I clearly remember that dream.
Yeah.
So a voice behind me says, no, because you're joking with what I gave you. Then next morning, I woke up and went and registered a business name. Yes, those were my aha moments.
We got to Diro.
Yes.
So maybe tell us, what does Diro mean?
Now, many people, when you search, when you're on any search engine, be it social media, be it Google, whatever, if you search Diro, it'll bring Dior.
Yes.
It is not a convolution of Dior.
Of course not.
It is a Kenyan registration vestige. Because when you go and search, when you do, of course, the registration process, you have to do a name search.
Yeah.
So I had initially wanted Gineni. And in Luo, now is when, we are a bit older and we feel like, hey, that word, it's kind of, it's kind of naughty, it's kind of, but to me it sounded like really funky, something I'd call my business.
Yeah.
To date, there are people who call me Gineni.
Yes, because I remember that was that is how we knew you from
the brand.
Yeah,
name.
so I know Diang and I go way back. So I've known her, through this journey to now where she's reached.
Yeah. So I picked Gineni.
Yeah.
I picked Diro, which is my name is Dianga Rosebell. My English name is Rosebell. So I took Dianga, which the first two letters,
and the I, yes.
And then Rosebell.
Right.
Then I just put in Diro, and I think I put in something else.
Yeah.
So when the name search came, I was left in Diro. Imagine some of these things. You think it's by accident.
Yes.
And you know how even this Kina Mitsubishi, they had. So those are people's names.
Yeah.
And exactly. Now, if you can say Dostoevsky, they can pronounce Diro.
Yes.
Yeah, so it is my name.
Yeah.
It is my name, and
okay.
yes.
I thought because it's in Luo it has a meaning, right?
Yes.
Diro.
Yeah.
To throw, is it?
Diro is to throw.
Yes.
Yes.
So I actually thought that was.
You see the way we can.
It just worked out.
Completely.
Okay.
Completely. Okay. And so, in fact, there's one friend of mine who called me. One day he got it. He called me like after, I don't know, 5 years.
Yes.
Then he called me to tell me he's got it. Yeah.
Right. Okay. That is very interesting. You're with me, Ezekiel Olande and Dianga Ochino, the CEO of Diro Jewelers. And today we're just talking about crafting brilliance. And we look at the Diro Jewelers story. And Dianga is just taking us through how from high school she knew that this was a passion for her, and then one day a dream came, and she decided, let me wake up and do this. I really love that. Can you tell us, you already told us about watching the fashion shows, and that would really inspire you, but do you have any other early influences, especially with regards to jewelry?
I don't think I necessarily have influences. I just used to see there was a world in which I could see myself.
Right.
I did not have a roadmap. So then, in fact, when I try to remember the earlier influences, because, we grew up listening to, let me not say listening, but watching or hearing of Lucy Rao, the owner of Rialto Fashion.
Yes.
Those are the people who sort of looked like
yes,
they were
yes.
doing what I wanted to do. But you see, Rialto is a tailor.
Yes, yes, yes.
And jewelry is a subsector in
Yes.
manufacturing. It's not considered fully a sector on its own.
Right.
And so there was really no one
Mm,
whom I could say, okay, whom I could point at and say,
yes. This
I
is
want
the
to be
person
like
that I want
this
to
person.
be like. Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you chatted, but there you can say you are the trendsetter, the trailblazer. You know, you chatted
Kitu
your own
kama
path.
hiyo. But there's this girl who she's called Perpetua, if I
Right.
remember her name correctly.
Yeah.
And I guess the only way that people will remember her is by me mentioning her husband's name,
Yes.
Freddie Buddha Boss, the wife. Now, Freddie Buddha Boss's wife we were going to church we were in the same youth group.
Okay.
She was, I think, a year or two. I was in the same ex-candidates group with her sister.
Okay.
Then she was behind us. And so she was doing this thing and she was getting paid.
Yeah.
And it was around this time where I'd been told, no, you're sleeping on your dream.
Yes.
So you look at someone and you're like, so I asked her, I peppered her with so many questions. Then she just told me, just start with what you have.
Yeah.
So she's one of the people who inspired me.
Right.
Yeah. To keep doing what I'm doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's good. It's always good to look back and to see how a journey started, because we all start from somewhere. But I think I like what she told you. Just do. I mean, Nike, just do it, kind of thing.
Yes.
But sometimes we are, especially when you have an idea, you have a dream and a passion, and we get to that phase of analysis paralysis. Will I? Will this? Will this? Will this? But you just say, let's do, and do it. Okay, that's very interesting, and I'm happy that you had that kind of influence with you. So what I want us to see now is building a business in this great republic of ours called Kenya.
Yes.
Especially from a passion, it does require a unique drive, and I wanted to know what drives you and what has driven you to have gotten you to where you are today with Diro Jewelers.
I think first I need to say this.
Yeah.
Shida zako ndo kutoa kwa kitanda yako. Tafadhali, please.
The problems just they wake you up.
Yes.
Yes.
If you even sleep.
Yes, exactly.
However, we need rest. But one of my driving force, it has always been to express my individuality.
Yeah.
And my Africanacity or my Africanness. I feel a lot of the times we look at Africa. Anytime you Google Africa or anytime you're expecting anything to come out of Africa, it's not usually connected to Black excellence.
Right.
Even, I'll give you an example. There are times we work with people in supply chain who want our products, who want us to be their suppliers.
Yeah.
But if the product is very refined, they say this does not have a touch of Africa.
Yes,
Why?
yes,
Because they're expecting primitiveness.
There's that irks me.
Yes.
Because you're expecting ikuje na matope,
yes,
ikwe grass thatched house, kind of feeling. I hear you.
Yeah. So it's people. I think people are expecting that we are riding on elephants. Like at breakfast time, ulienda mtoni ukakutana na lion. As in, I'm like, guys, we are living in a very poor civilization.
Yes. Just Google. Sometimes you will see
perhaps.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Yes. Perhaps just do your research a little bit.
And you don't really have to do a lot of work.
Yeah.
It's all there on Google for you.
Yeah. And so it's also, and of course now it's grown into not just cultural preservation, because there are arts that are lost. Yes. I'll give you an example. I did a collection known as Amazing Kenya Collection.
Okay.
And it forced me to I met the late Ayub Ogada.
Ah, wow.
And I didn't do it because I met him.
Yes.
But at that time, I wanted to, I've always been interested in being able to encapsulate and immortalize moments. This guy, he's the one who sang Kothbiro.
Yes.
And do you know that guy created his own instrument?
Yes.
And we don't even know, we've not been able to, before he died, he asked me, are you just another reporter? Are you interested in just using me as a money-making gimmick and leave me in my state?
This is now him interrogating you.
Yes. And he's very well, he was very well spoken.
Yes.
And he was older, way older at the time that I had the privilege of interacting with him.
Yeah.
And he said that our problem, and I've had many of my mentors saying this, we don't like ourselves.
That's it. Yeah.
You see?
We look down on because we want things imetoka maju to be related with a well-known brand out there, but when it comes to the local scene here, we feel like no, here
Saitoshi
Mboga, exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
So and I've had some of my mentors saying, look, the only way to drive up performance in terms of excellence is by consumption. If how would I have known that Kothbiro, which is classified as world music, it's been done by classical musicians?
Yes, I mean you have seen it all over the internet. People doing the song.
So those are some of my inspiration. So how do we, like, I mean, right now we have painfully very little good to say about our country, but that does not mean there's nothing good to say about there's wildlife, things that drive our tourism sector, animals, all those things, our leather sector, so I choose to focus on the things that we can do and do well.
Good stuff. So things are working. Things are working, and we need to embrace our own in order to build them up, because the honest truth is that all these things that we admire out there, it is because someone believed in them, someone saw the value, and someone chose to support.
Yes. And I'd like to correct you, it is not support.
Yes.
Immediately you buy that product. You see what it does for me is when you give me feedback and say I don't like the hook is too long, it's piercing my ears. It has made the experience of my next customer better.
Absolutely.
And that's what I mean when there's demand, it gives you pressure to perform on a high level. But if there's no consumption, how are we going to do better?
Yes, because you're just there, you're like, oh well, I guess it is what it is. I mean, people are happy, or my customers are happy, or at least a few of them. But the more I like that, so it gives you that cycle of continuous improvement.
Yes.
Because the feedback cycle comes in, and then you listen to your feedback, because we sometimes our where we fail as industry is because we think I know. So what are you telling me? It's fine. It's fine, but you're not your unless you're your own consumer, and they say never get high on your own supply. I mean, you can consume. If you make bread, eat your bread and things like that, but really, how much can you eat, or how much of your jewelry can you buy? And you don't control the market trends. Exactly.
You will not be able to get the feedback from that. One of my mentors also said this: a mango tree does not eat its own fruit.
No, it doesn't.
It does not. But now, if anyone knows there's fruit on, people always stone trees that have fruit.
Exactly.
Why is that?
Yes.
Because someone else consumed and went and said, "Ile binjaya."
Yes.
There's something here.
I found the thing here.
Yes. Yeah.
I love it. Again, you're here with me and Dianga, the CEO of Diro Jewelry. If you have any questions, please feel free. We are on Icon Radio on all your socials. We have a WhatsApp line as well, and that is +254 788 380 030. I'll repeat, +254 or 0788 380 030. Please let us know. Hit us up on the comment section up kwa YouTube, and let us know what you're thinking. And if you have any questions to Dianga, please feel free to let us know. Our conversation today is around crafting brilliance, and Dianga is just taking us through her story of how she managed to become a CEO of I want to say world-class jewelry. And guys, if you saw what is in front of us here, tutaonyesha baadaye, you will believe me, and you're actually wearing your own. You see, I mean, you have to promote yourself.
Walk the talk.
There you go. It means you believe in the brand. Good stuff. You've already told us about the story of how you got there. So what I wanted to know is, how do you, because from what I see, this is like the uniqueness is just there.
Yeah.
The authenticity. The tongue is a bit heavy.
Don't worry.
Is already there. How did you get to this level where you're clearly making your merchandise really stand out?
I think, like, let me piggyback to where you stopped off.
Yeah.
You said some believing you're good, like you're high on your own
Yes,
stuff.
yes.
I think creatives, we suffer from this thing,
Yes,
right?
yes.
Where you believe that your art should be able to sell itself.
Yes,
But who knows you?
exactly.
So because no one knew me, and I was not out to necessarily be known,
Yes.
I was that arrogant. Because nowadays the arrogance is the reverse.
Yes.
That people should know you. Meanwhile, you're...
Come on. Have you not seen my IG page?
Yes.
You should follow me.
1 million followers.
Yeah. Hata
Okay.
kama ni 999,000 bots, lakini
yes.
bado niko na hao followers.
Yes. But I was arrogant enough to believe no one needed to know me. They just needed to know my craft. Like, you know.
Yeah.
So at this particular point in time, I interacted with, there's a circle of creatives.
Yeah.
A community. I don't even think I had joined it, but it was I was interacting with one of my friends. She's called Lorna.
Okay.
So Lorna told me there's this product development training program that I needed to join. Then it was known as EPC, Export Promotion Council.
Okay.
Now it's called Keproba.
Kenya, I've interacted with it.
Kenya Export Promotion and Branding Agency.
It's Keproba, right?
Keproba.
Oh,
yes. Keproba. No. Branding agency.
Anyway.
Yes, I'm in the circles.
Yeah,
so
sorry,
you can
please,
trust me.
Please teach me. I am the student.
You can, but you can feel free to look it up as well.
No. I take your word for it. Yeah.
So my story cannot be told without, or rather the Diro story cannot be told without Keproba.
Okay.
So we took a series of product development. I underwent it. Then I was working from my home. In fact, even now I'm still working from, I run a home office, but we have workshops where the production is now happening.
Okay.
On occasion, we craft from the house and everything.
Okay.
However, the main thing is that we went through product development training.
Yes.
And this is where you go to class. It's, you think that it's a, let's say, it's a long course.
Yeah.
But you do, the training in itself is like 2 days, 3 days. You have you already have a product. You're supposed to have crafted a product.
Wow. Okay.
But the idea of it is that they go and arm you for the, as we said, Export Promotion Council, then Export Promotion and Branding Agency. The idea is to prepare you for the international markets.
Wow. Okay.
Right? So let me give you maybe like an instance. If I'm going into a caliphate, which is a Muslim nation, they wear hijabs, probably, you just know how they dress. So will it make better sense for me to have bangles or a neck piece as opposed to earrings?
Yes.
You get? Just so that you know if you're going
into... It opens your mind to think, it's a market-driven approach.
Yes. So that your mind is global. You're not just localized in your thinking. You're not just creating for the people around you.
Or for your IG. Nothing wrong with IG, but yes, it has to sell.
Yeah, it has to sell.
And to reach those markets that you're taking.
And export is, by the way, is for you scale. You can't just be taking like say 10 products. Export is for scaling. So that's what they armed us to do or prepared us.
Okay.
That's how they prepared us. And I've taken those kind of trainings at least twice with Keproba.
Yeah.
And I've been able to take my product to Birmingham as a result.
Okay.
To Dubai as well. Birmingham, my products went. Dubai, they were able to take the product, which is a story I'll share later in this. And I would say that it helped us because I was all over the place. Like my ideas were not consolidated enough. And you know how creatives are. Like you can have, it's like how you go into Pinterest wanting to look up, say, like a financial journal. Then you end up looking at cat videos. Sometimes that's...
And then you've gone down that rabbit hole for I don't know how long.
So that's sometimes how the mind of a creative is wired. So how they help you is they help you to synthesize your ideas. And they give it a lot of structure. And they tell you, they even bring experts like university lecturers.
Okay.
They bring Kirdi Kenya Institute of Research and Development. Yes. So those guys, because you're in class with guys who are doing guys who are in agribusiness, so tomatoes, green beans, and all that. So there are certain things I know just because I was exposed to that class.
Space.
Yes. What else do they bring? People who are KEBS. Guys for KEBS.
Yes.
Yeah.
Obviously standards. Yeah.
So you also understand the entire value chain. You're not just going in blind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that. And I like that there's actually programs out there. These are government institutions that are focusing on building entrepreneurs to the space where you are actually thinking, beyond the local market. And maybe this goes now to our dear people within government. Market yourselves so that people can know. And like what Dianga was saying, because it's very easy for us to keep bashing the government and say, this is not working. But you see now, okay, Proba is working, Kirdi is working, and there are people who are benefiting from these courses. And, I like what you said, the way, because yes, a creative's mind, we will not open that Pandora's box, but that is why you're creatives, because if you're just your typical vanilla thinking kind of person, you would not come up with this, I hope you would not come up with some of these things that that we're seeing here. You would probably just do your typical earrings. Zile tu naeka hizo, the ones that you see in every pharmacy. Apple, when people are going to pierce, I say this because I have daughters. So I know those things.
Yes.
But they shape your mind and your thought process to where now you're able to now reach the international market. I really like that. Your product is in Birmingham, it's in Dubai. I'm hoping that as we continue this journey, we will be seeing you in America, Fashion Week, or the one in the biggest one is where in Paris, for instance.
Italy.
People rocking Diro. So yes, Italy Fashion Week. Please, if you're watching, call me. I got the plug for you. But again, it is very important for people to know these plugs, so that if you have an idea, you know, and you're trying to figure out how do I activate it or actualize it, there are resources. And probably a side question: do they charge for these courses? And if they do, in your estimation, were they fair, or how was it?
When we attended, it was what do we call it? We didn't pay.
Okay.
Yeah, we didn't pay. So, but I think they were working on a more targeted sort of program where guys would pay.
Okay.
Yeah,
and
it makes
probably a longer one.
Yes, and it makes better sense to pay. But it is, let me just tell you, it is a lot of commitment, because those classes were held in Thika.
Okay.
Yeah, so you commute
to Nairobi.
Gongwood. And every day. And by the way, those classes used to start at 8 sharp on the dot.
It's Gava, of course.
Yes, it's again, because it's a government thing, you know, and they because you see, also when they have to be smart about their mapping process. So they want to do as much within a short period,
right.
You know, so they want, their aim is to capture everyone in the Nairobi environs, because then outside of that now you go into another county,
right.
Yeah.
Also then, so they're moving from space from different counties,
because it's not only Nairobi based, it's a national, it's a what is it, a national
it's a national program.
Yes. But it was one of the most helpful things, because then you learn how to fashion focused, you know, because then you learn their 2 seasons, and they coincide with the weather, the climatic changes. So there's autumn, winter, and spring, summer. So who would have thought?
Kwanza huku Kenya sisi inakuanga dry, rainy, cold, repeat.
Period. If there are floods, yo sasa mutajipanga. You know.
Okay.
Then of course there's also now, with that, there's trend I've said trend forecasting.
Yes.
There's also color involved in it. They don't rewind colors, which is why when
Okay.
those things are recycled or when a season is over, they come here because
Yes.
summer is no longer there.
Yes.
They're not experiencing summer. It's winter, and they can't.
And winter colors are different.
Different.
Yes. I don't know what colors go with which season, but
they keep changing. There's something called a Pantone,
okay,
which is like they can give you a color, like a color chart,
okay,
and then different shades in that Pantone.
Right.
So it you see now it makes you very knowledgeable.
Yes.
And very, like, if you're targeting, like for instance, I crochet, not all the time.
Yeah.
So when I'm looking at the colors to crochet,
yes,
I'm not just going in blindly. Yeah.
Oh, so you crochet as well?
Yes.
I'm
good with my hands.
Is what you're telling us?
Yes.
Absolutely. We are here with Diango Chino. This is Money Mondays with me, Ezekiel Olande, on Icon Radio, and we're just talking about crafting brilliance. And Dianga is taking us through her journey, pole pole. Like I said, if you have any questions, the team at the back will be able to flag that up for us. But also, kwa mtandao, just let us know, and we'll be able to respond to them. Dianga, the material that you use is not just found hapa na pale. Can you let your audience know how do you get your material? Where do you source it from, and how is that value chain for you?
Okay. So brass, the legit, we buy brass.
Okay.
But let me first start from that brass is available in 3 different forms.
Okay.
So in wire, in sheet, and in recycled. The recycled ones is the old padlocks, old plumbing appliances, and all that. Yes, those things that you throw.
Yeah.
But also, you remember, is it Kiambene or Kiamberedam? One of those, when they were the scrap metal, when those guys were bad from using scrap metal.
Yes.
Yes. So yes, no, okay, that because guys were harvesting.
Yes.
From that, and that's what caused it played a part into causing that blackout at the time. So there are very many things that affect national
Lakini Kenya, hey, yawa.
Macheni, please let's just do things the right way.
Yes.
So now casting, now recycled brass is now what applies the casting method.
Yeah.
Where you use clay. And then you pour molten brass. You pour it into a mold.
Yeah.
And then now you pour the molten brass over it. Yes. Yeah.
So ndani ni clay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And sorry. And then so the most legit brass comes from India.
Okay.
So, but generally our sourcing comes from China and India. So the one that comes from, just from my experience, the one that comes from China is more reddish.
Okay.
Because brass is an alloy of zinc and copper.
Hey, umenirudisha was this chemistry?
Yes.
Has to be.
Yes.
Alloys.
Yes, alloys. Even physics, a bit of it, yeah.
Yeah.
So I've had to learn some things, but I like that it's very targeted, and I don't have to go outside of my range.
Yes.
To go and pick things that I don't think I'll need, but I clearly needed it. But brass is an alloy of zinc and copper.
Yeah.
So the more reddish one comes from China.
Okay.
And there are times this is my belief, when they want to adulterate it, because brass is supposed to be a hypoallergenic, which means it doesn't cause allergies.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. Yeah.
But when they adulterate it, it's just ikona lead na nickel.
Aha.
And those ones when you wear, in fact, and then I've had the privilege of walking the journey with my customers.
Yeah.
Because then I am prone to those allergies.
Okay. So at least you know this one is not it. Yes.
So it just works. It works well for my customers that I can share their experiences.
Absolutely.
And stuff. Yeah. So the most legit comes from India.
Okay.
Now locally we get it from dukawalas. Those are Indians who actually they run their own stores downtown.
Yeah.
And for the clay, it comes from different places.
Yeah.
Once somebody told me it comes from Mombasa.
Okay.
Can you imagine transporting clay?
Si kuna clay hapa nini?
Sasa unajua kuna ingine, let me tell you, when you it will reflect in compromising the quality of that product. So because you see it's in layers. some of it will kind of look crusty.
Okay.
Once it's done.
Mm,
You know, in fact, some of in our earlier days, there are consignments that we couldn't work with just because of the base material.
Okay.
Always very important. Yeah.
So I'm just curious. So do you then get involved in the, like now you're saying the best comes from India and China. So do you get involved in the importation, or do you now you source from people who have imported and then now they're resellers?
We source.
Okay.
Yes, we source from people who have imported it.
Okay.
Yeah, so they are resellers. Those are now the dukawalas I was talking about.
Okay.
And some days, you know, like supply chain, I think it's because of even the taxation issues, duties, imports.
Yeah.
Sometimes you pick your battles.
Yeah.
Because then if you get into that, like, you have to decide which value chain you're serving.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely.
Which part, which section of that value, because the longer the chain is, by the way, the more expensive. Yeah.
And that is very good. That's a very good business tip right there.
Yeah.
You know, for those of you who are watching at home, know which part of the value chain you're what did you say?
You're going to apply yourself.
You're going to apply yourself to.
Yes.
Because I think sometimes we stretch ourselves too thin, because you want to be the one who is sourcing, the one who is doing, you know, the whatever, the part, the middle part, the end part, and so you find that you're expending too much resources, too much time, and I'm sure that is going to compromise even on the quality eventually, because you're frustrated, you're not doing so. Just and I think this comes back to having a niche. You know your niche and just service it very well, and then the business grows from that part.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Now we get into the entrepreneurial side of things, and you know, every entrepreneur, again, because we're in this great Republic of Kenya, you know, we face challenges, and probably you can let us know what are some of the challenges, significant or otherwise, that you've had to overcome. Actually, before I ask that question, there was a question that when you talk about the supply chain, let me just go back. How did COVID affect you guys, if at all?
Hey, let me tell you. You see those two countries I've mentioned?
Yes.
They were under lockdown.
Yes. So where are we sourcing our?
Where are we sourcing? And the world was upset with China.
Yes, but absolutely.
The world was really upset with China, and us guys were just like, we're dumbfounded. How do I even, like, we're forced to look for alternative sources or resources in which to meet our, like, the demand, and then to also look for alternative material to work with. Which is not always, it's not always the case that you'll find. Then if you could find brass at that time, it was expensive. Like, the prices went up because now what's available is what they can only produce at the time. Not it, of course, not reflective of their capacity, but reflective of where the whole world was at the particular time. So the thing was to look at other emerging markets.
Right.
There was a bit of brass, and then of course now people were hoarding. You know, so you get the good stuff, or the one that you had, you're afraid of using it because if it runs out, what's going to happen? I think that was the most practical, looking for alternative markets and looking for alternative raw materials that you're going to work with. The good thing is we actually have been working with horn and bone. So you know those ones are you get from abattoirs. The correct name in English is abattoirs.
Okay.
So there's Ndonyo. Anywhere there's a meat
processing
factory or something. That's where you would get your bone supplies and stuff. So now it just depends on the sizing of your pieces. So which would dictate what kind of bone you want, or even horn. And even the quality. Because I learned there's such, you know, these diseases that's prone to humans. Cows have them. Like, you can find a cow that has cancerous bone. You can't use it because it has so many holes and all that. So it's been a very huge learning experience. Yes.
That's very interesting.
Yeah.
And I mean, not to answer the question that I've already asked, but I think COVID then was definitely a hurdle that you had to deal with.
Let me tell you,
in terms of supply chain.
I grew in the COVID year because then also what happened is the whole world went into hiding. But then after a week or 2 weeks, one
Yeah.
day I just went to the workshop.
Mm,
I said, okay, they called me, you know those guys,
mm.
they really make me happy, but it
Yeah.
always feels like I'm in shags.
Mm.
Arosi, you're here.
Yes.
You're not afraid of, this award for COVID in Jeng.
Yes, yes,
And they're
yes.
like, you're not afraid. I was like, okay. The general
Mm.
air around that time was you'll either die by COVID or
Yeah.
by the hunger
Mm.
that this thing is bringing.
Yeah, so choose.
Yeah, again, pick a struggle.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm.
And not because we wanted to die or were being careless.
Of course not.
At
Yeah.
that particular time, because guys at the workshop and masks.
Yeah.
Please,
Yes.
like oil and water. As in, they
mm.
did wear kupatwa na chanjo. Everyone has their own beliefs, and you can't now just come in and start saying, you need to get immunization, you need to get all those things.
Yeah.
But of course, on a personal level, we took precautions, started wearing gloves.
Yeah.
Got that year 2022. That's when I went to Dubai.
Okay.
So I had to get the vaccine.
The vaccine, yeah.
I had to, not immunization. I said immunization. You had to get the immunization for kids.
Chanjo.
Yes, you had to get the vaccine.
The vaccine, yeah.
And of course, I was always on masks initially, which affected my skin. It was such a weird period.
You're forever wearing that thing on your face.
Yes. And then plus the fabrics that were out were very poor quality. It was called those Uhuru bags, the initial ones. They just a very low quality sort of mask. And then I would mpaka sahi mimi ni mdimu wa kugota. Like it's not a must I say hi to you.
Yes.
You
by
like
fist
hands. Bump.
I am with you 100%.
Fist bump, yeah. And then generally we became a cleaner nation.
Yes.
All the kids knew, so it's just good to take precautions. And that's exactly what we did.
So back to the question I was talking about, significant hurdles, and what's you have learned from these hurdles.
There are things I don't like to call challenges, but of course, it's like there's this guy who said, "Ati, weren't you dating the state of the economy?" All those, they like their textbook answers.
Yes.
That every business owner will go through. Access to credit.
Yeah.
It's just the access. The credit is there.
Yes.
And then also
Nikuipata.
So just access to it. And the example is, especially for the creative sector, us guys, because we are creatives, we prefer to say, I'll shout it. Because we are because we are creatives, we don't like the day-to-day processes or running of the business. So you probably wouldn't get funding.
Yes.
Who wants to give funding to someone who doesn't know whether they are profiting or not,
Exactly.
So the way the creative sector is set up is right now, which is why there's a lot of accelerator and incubation courses, that they can arm you for investment. They can get you investor ready.
Yeah.
So those are some of the challenges that we go through. The other thing is sometimes the pricing of the raw material and the production cost. I'll give you an example. One of my most expensive processes is plating.
Okay.
And it's only because it's when the products are imported and it depends on the price of the dollar.
So tell us, plating
for
those of us who are experts in this field.
Plating is protecting. Okay, let me start from. Let me build a foundation.
Yeah.
Brass typically oxidizes when it's exposed to air, which means it will lose its shine. It won't rust. Many times when I say oxidize, people assume it will rust. It will not rust. It will lose its shine. And so because it will lose its shine, when you plate it, you coat it either with gold or with silver. It's the same process as electrolysis. So there has to be a cathode anode. One of those, it's those things.
Wait, nakwambia unaturudisha chemistry class. Who was my Mr. Tago, he'd be very happy right about now.
Yes, so there has to be an element of like the element, the gold element or the silver element that's throwing, the negative, positive. So it's taking from one end, putting it onto another one. That's the entire process. And so when you do that, when you either gold or silver plate your items, you're delaying the oxidation rate. Yes. Yeah, that's it.
Super. Now back to your story. So talk about the challenges on plating.
So these raw materials.
Yeah.
Some days you get it. It's not, as I've said, India and China different quality.
The qualities are different.
And then some days what you get is what you get. You do not control the quality of what you get, right? So, and then there's also the cost of production, which is rather high, and that's also affected by duties. Presently, we are the monster e-teams. Because whether or not you've made 5 million, every month you have to pay corporate tax so long as you're on eatings. Yes. So I don't call it a challenge. I call it a learning curve.
Okay.
Because then these are things that you cannot escape. You can't. You just can't.
Yeah. And now just to what you're saying there about especially the government side of things. Is there a better way, and this is just purely your opinion, that the government can deal with entrepreneurs such as yourself to make this process more easy? Because, like you say, yes, we need to pay our taxes, but is there a better way of doing this so that it's not punitive to you, but also beneficial to the country? Again, maoni yako tu peke yake.
I think it's two-pronged. I think us guys need to be responsible, because then the people who we assume are poor are not.
Kare would be happy hearing you saying this.
No, it's an assumption again. I've said the maoni.
Yes.
That's why I'm saying it's two-pronged. Yes. Because then you see on e-teams, let me give you an example. That wouldn't get anybody else into trouble. Let me just use my example. I pay, when you pay taxes, when you file for your taxes, the idea is for you not to be double taxed.
Yes.
Right? So you make a purchase. On that purchase, you pay taxes.
Yes.
And so when you're filing for your returns, you're also paying taxes on what you've sold. So the idea is, if you keep your receipts, if you do your receipting properly, you're able to make deductions.
Yes.
But do all your suppliers e-teams registered? Tuko pamoja. So that's why I'm saying the prerogative is on all of us. Yeah. So there's what the government can do, because government is really about policy and duties. Like now there are some there's a lady who was telling me about, like, you can also be e-teams registered, but on zero-rated goods or products.
Okay. Yeah.
So what that means is that whatever receipt they give you will not help you in the way of deductions.
Absolutely.
You get?
Yeah.
For government, it's strictly policies. They need to be able to think of, okay, say Ondik, let me just call somebody.
Yes.
Who is a small time retailer or reseller, and he needs to make money from that, because the margins are small, but if you scale that sale, that's when the amount of money you're making grows.
Exactly.
So what that looks like in practice is, on one, it probably might even be 10 bob. But if you're selling 1,000 pieces, right,
then there's a multiplier effect.
Yes, exactly. So I think they need to be able to think of everyone, and that 10,000 is not your profit.
Yes.
There's something called it's something margin. It's a margin. It's just a deduction. You've not yet started. There's an expense to it.
Absolutely.
So this guy, what you are talking about in terms of cycles, he has to be able to put food on his. In fact, he has to keep the lights on in his business.
Yes.
So that amount of taxes that they're asking him, is it crippling?
Yes. That's
right?
the question,
Even on the they just need to be able to think of how to empower someone who is not maybe an Indian. Who think about someone who has very little resources but wants to enter that playing field. How does that work for them? Because it's crippling. If you are to depend on your own money and you don't have, let's say, even call it zero funding, the bank account of family is closed that day. You can't borrow from them. What are you going to do? You're not Aliko Dangote. You're just you.
Me and myself.
They need to be able to think, because you see, in this country, it always seems like you have to know someone, or you have to be a corrupt individual to make it. And if you're trying to not be a corrupt individual, they're actually making it hard for you.
Hard for you to do an honest gig.
Yeah, and this is only for me. For institutions, it's crazy. You need to have land. You need to show proof that you've been trading, which is a catch-22, because how are you trading without a license?
Yes. So it's putting the cart before the horse.
Yes.
And then the horse again
Yes.
So it's a vicious cycle for
Yes. Yeah. And
the
so if it's
institute.
someone, because there's a story I read about this guy who was doing something extremely phenomenal.
Okay.
But the vestiges that were in there before he even started making a coin
Yes.
were just impossible.
You're,
And so
you're starting on negative. I don't know what before you can even do anything. Yeah.
he just jumped ship.
Yeah. Mm.
And so you see now why I'm saying it's
Yes.
both on the policy makers.
Yes.
Yeah, because I believe our nation is going to be built on the backs of entrepreneurism.
Yes,
That want.
Yes.
And it's because again during the COVID period, money was circulating, but not in the big corporations because they're not doing business as usual. Meanwhile, the small guys, you're still running business. Someone wants to trade with you.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So they need to be. That's why I'm saying there's our responsibility as the citizens, and there's their responsibility as policymakers to lighten the load. Yeah.
I like that. It's we're not just we're not just in that space where Serikali's idea, but also Serikali's idea, but also we as the people in business need to be more aware of what we need to do, what our responsibilities are as far as the tax regime is, and to ensure that we're doing things right.
Yes.
I like that.
Yes.
You will not believe it. We've even gone on top of the hour, and now we are the plane will land because we still want to see what you have made, what you've brought for us today, and then you can tell us also how to reach, and then you tell us what the big plan is moving forward. But you're ready. You have a team.
Yes.
Just walk us through how because I think one of the things that entrepreneurs struggle with is I am HR, I am procurement, I am social media, I am finance, I am CEO, I am everything.
Yes.
So how did you get to the place where you have built a team that is working for you and it's working very well for you?
Let me start from the place that I'm still building a team.
Okay. Yeah.
I don't think there's ever a place of perfection just simply because you're growing. There's always room for improvement.
Exactly.
And I used to be all those things that you've said, by the way.
Solopreneur.
Yes. Where you're you're almost saying the alpha, the omega, and everything in between. And it's quite tiring. And remember, I was the one who was building.
Yes.
The time I almost fell ill. I was sick. I didn't almost fall ill. I was sick because I was doing everything and I was working myself to the bone, and everything just things fell through the cracks, and I think I had to start by replicating myself. Now you'll not get a perfect person, but you'll get someone who can get the job done. And I think the one most important thing for me was to get someone who's teachable. Because and someone who respects you. And respects the vision that you're building.
So they are bought into the vision.
Yes. And remember, I told you I've worked with Pastor Peter a lot. He used to say that vision is not taught, it's caught.
Absolutely.
Right? Like I can't over-explain it to you. You just have to be able to see it.
Lazima uishike.
Even in my personification, it's like una get. So this person came in. She's actually Wambui, Juanita. She does a fantastic job.
Wambui,
shout out.
Shout out is actually the word. Yes, shout out Wambui. So she's doing an extremely fantastic job. Initially, when she came in, she was in charge of receipting and just, basic mundane things that the business does. So she was doing admin at that time?
Yes, she was doing a lot of admin. Like her job was a lot of admin. But you see now, because my training is a lot from admin.
Yes.
My background is in admin.
Yes.
And HR and all this, like governance, basically governance.
Right.
And so, there are rules that you want to keep close to your chest.
Yes.
But you just you learn how to
seed ground.
Yes. So, and then we went to the workshop with her. She came when we were doing Dubai Expo 2020.
Okay.
So she had a rude awakening. Like with 7:13, 7:15 thereabout. This is when we'd be leaving the workshop.
Oh wow! Oh, in the evening.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's from 9:30 to 7:30. Those are long hours. She was very young then.
Yeah.
And basically, I was able to teach her the ropes. I taught her everything, most of everything that I know concerning the business, believing that she was catching the vision.
Yeah.
And being able to replicate myself, and not just myself, so to say, but also bringing who she is into the company.
Because
so now
she also carries her own sense of creativity as well.
Yeah. And so we've been able to and from that, I was able to divide roles.
Okay.
Right? So once a week, now we have it down to a part. When she came, I don't know, there's no ground that's seeded. There's a ground that I want to seed and all that.
Yeah.
I was doing social media, all those things basically that you're saying.
Yeah.
Then around that time, I also was privileged enough to get funding from British Council.
Okay.
So we got a social media manager.
Ah, nice.
So you see now that all I had to do was teach and say this is the brand voice, this is the brand tone. Anytime you're communicating, this is what I expect. I expect, you see, like now, anytime I'm making a post, it's the aesthetic of the page is African. If we have a white person, like we're also serving them. So we can't really just ignore them. And so that brought a lot of professionalism to the business. In fact, there's someone who said, someone immediately called me and asked me, did you stop being in or did you sell it? But it really structured the business and it freed me up to do CEO things. Yes. And so this person was able to always go to the field. Or if there's anything, like I'm heavily invested whenever we are doing product development for new things that have not yet come out. But if it's things that we've done, it's just quality checks and ensuring that the right processing has been followed. And then also the thing that I'm learning is to not overload Wambui. Because you can be doing the most to get yourself out of a job and piling.
So much
on
so
someone.
that now they become overwhelmed and then balls will be dropped.
That's not what we are about. And I can definitely tell you and comfortably tell you that immediately Wambui came in, our revenue went up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right.
So it's not, and you see, because most of my entrepreneur friends are always afraid, because the one question is, will I be able to sustain their income?
And to pay this person. Yes.
That's the fear. And it's actually a very legitimate fear.
Yes.
And when she came, I was in one shop.
Yeah.
So you have all these questions and you have no one to bounce off these ideas off of. And it was one of those things I didn't know. But she came in, we got into shop number 1, another one that wasn't doing so well. We're like, neither here nor there. We started it just picked up. Then we developed a system around all these employees or these new staff members that are now there, like at least on the Diro side. Because now in terms of the business model, we are sharing space with many other say brands, Kenyan, made in Kenya brands. And so what that does is that it spreads the risk.
Yes.
Yes.
You have some shared services.
Exactly. Exactly. So certain shops we pay commission. Certain shops it's rent. And when you're paying rent, there's a whole lot of responsibility that's on you. So I've really learned. I've really learned how to be to be a leader who is not insecure. And just to be able to say, like, if I can't go somewhere and I can comfortably send Wambui, she'll go. And the job will get done better than I thought. In fact, better than I could have even done it. Yes.
I like that because we can clearly see mentorship, we can see delegation, and also empowering your team to the point where they're able to then run with the vision. Like you said, it's not taught, it's caught. And so also going back to who you source or who you get, HR manenos can be, it is what it is, but clearly if you're able to source the right people and then resource them as well, and empower them to have the confidence that this is, so I own the brand. And when I own the brand, I'm able to do, like you're saying, you can send Wambui and she will do exceedingly beyond what you had asked her to do. And that for me is the mark of a good leader, because we want to shikilia. And rightly so, like you said, because this is your baby and it's your brand, it's your name, it's your face, everything. So if someone tanks it, but then you go back to
Yeah.
if truly I mean, and sometimes you just get some bad apples.
Yes.
But if your team members are not doing the work right,
Yeah.
then where do we look?
Yes. Yeah, it's you.
It's you.
Yes.
And I would say that about other scenarios, but we will not go there. But genuinely, for as long as you have resourced right, trained and empowered, let them run.
Yeah.
And they do their thing.
Yeah.
So, boy, you're doing a good job.
She is.
And I like that you can actually say it out here, that you're proud of the work that she's doing. Because again, even just incentivizing people, when she hears that the CEO is proud of the work I'm doing, of course you like, yeah.
But we're in this together. And I think that's why I said I needed to stop being an insecure person if ever I was. Because I know, we all have our hang-ups.
Absolutely.
So the thing is, we're in one ship.
Yes.
The destination is one.
Yes.
If you drop out,
yes.
I'll feel some type of way.
Yeah.
And so anytime there's something that reflects poorly on the brand, I'm like, okay, how do we fix this? And it's not a personality problem per se, or even attacking a person. It's okay, how do we work this out so that we can close the gap? That's how I look at it in terms of branding, in terms of just who people say we are. I never want someone to have a bad experience, but trust me, we have had exceedingly bad experiences with customers. Yes.
And I there's, in fact, as I was coming to the studio today, I saw I don't know if it's a billboard or something, but I saw it said the customer is either the customer is king or the customer is always right. And I'm like, yes, however, the customer can be wrong. And it's okay to actually admit that the customer can be wrong. Of course, that is not Diro saying. This is me saying. Please distinguish. Msiende mkasema kwa social media. Let me get into my next question.
No problem. But I want to say that like my personality has been heavily tempered. One, I think I wrote it on my LinkedIn. I said I used to work in church before. It really tempered me in the way of learning how to work with difficult people. And I'll I'll suffix it by saying that sometimes I'm those difficult people. So I've had to really learn how to, how people rub you the wrong way. You just take it, and you can still be objective. And say, okay, because I can be.
You can be the one who's rubbing.
And me, baby, when I turn my back, those people for burning bridges, I never want to use it again. But I'm not just representing my interests. You see, there are other employees.
There are people who are depending on you. So, and the brand needs to be built as well.
So and that's what I'm saying. My personality has heavily been tempered by learning how to. No one wants to, because I can be very choleric, extremely. Very like matter of fact. Why didn't you get it done? And not in this volume.
Exactly. I hear you.
But what does that do?
Yes. What benefits are you going to accrue from that?
So because, and especially if your customer is the one who is seeing this. What does that say about you? So I've really, and it's not a show I'm putting up. I've really just had to say, okay, count from 1,000 backwards. By the time you're somewhere,
1,000.
Yes, because then you'll
calm down.
It'll build patience in you.
Absolutely.
So I think that's the best way I can put it.
I call those people they have sandpaper personality. Those ones who and sandpaper has it smoothens the rough edges.
Trust me, there's a sanding process in this. Yes.
So that actually, it builds you up as a person as well. And I think that in itself is a whole different story. How you grow as a person in business to the point where you can look back and say the Dianga who started when she was still thinking about Guinea to the Dianga who's now CEO of Diro is a different person.
Completely.
And I really love that. Maybe we'll come one day, we'll talk about the personal stories. But shifting as we land the plane. Your business is both brick and mortar, but also heavily on digital. How have you found a balance on this, and how has digital empowered your business?
let me see this. I like stories. So there's once I was at the store and there's this lady, she's called Akume. Very pleasant person. She's one of the ladies who we are privileged to work with at the store. So I was just muttering to myself and I said, I'm just so tired of my engagement on social media. I think I'm going to stop for a while. She just called me out of my stupor. She said, Madam, there are people who come here asking for your pieces by name. You're not allowed to stop. So while it may not, because you see, if brick and mortar, that's the store, and that's money locked in for a month before it's transferred into your account. Normally what we hope for is that someone will come, of course, and it's a direct sale, so it goes directly into the account. But a sale is a sale. It doesn't matter.
True.
But being in the digital space, it has allowed us to grow our brand. It has allowed for people to understand who we are and what we are about. And also it drives traffic to the stores. And on and off, because then, as I've told you, exports. And exports is majorly for scaling. So it allows for people to build trust with you. So example, we are doing an international trade fair. Then you give someone your business card. Then your email address is a Gmail one. This is the way you'll be looked at.
Of course.
Na sio kama ile ya iPhone. Hapana.
Yes.
You understand what I mean?
I hear you.
So if people can find you online, and not just on your IG, because the key decision makers in a purchase, they're the ones who want to look at your website.
Exactly.
It's not. It's not like their kids. Their kids are the ones who go to IG.
Yes.
But the key decision makers, they need you need to have a website. And so our digital presence has really enhanced our brand. It's allowed us to tell our story. And to control the narrative around that. Because again, in fact, there's a lady I met at the workshop. And she said, so when we're just talking conversation and stuff, and then she asked me, so what's your brand name? I told her Diro. Then she said something. She said, oh gosh, that brand came out literally out of nowhere. And you see, she may not know me.
Yes.
But she knows the brand.
She knows the brand. I like it. Yeah, I think digital has really enhanced reach for many businesses, and it's I like the way, because I follow you, a lot, and I see, even on LinkedIn.
Yes.
Because people would think, but why does a jeweler need to be on LinkedIn? But like you said, we're the decision makers. Wako hapo kwenye LinkedIn, and they're following and they're seeing what you're doing, and then they're able now to go to your website, and then I really like that. I need people to see what you've brought.
Yes.
And tell us, piece by piece, that's your camera there.
Yes.
So you can just pick the pieces that you've carried. Tell us, because you've also told us you're a storyteller. So please, feel free. Let us see this, and then after you've done that, then you can tell us how to find you, and then we can land this plane.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me start with this, because this is one of my favorite pair of earrings. Anytime we go to a market, it's always touched, always, without fail.
Okay.
So these are giraffes.
Oh yeah.
Yes, these are giraffes.
I see it.
Yes,
I see it.
and we created them for our younger audience. So like if a mom comes in with her child, she's able to get. We have the dangling ones, the bigger ones, for the mom, and then this one is for the kids. So this collection comes from the Amazing Kenya collection.
Okay.
So this is called the Twiga. This particular set. This is Twiga studs. And it's just influenced by the East African savannah. These not elephants but twiga, giraffes. They are very shy animals. So it has forced us to the R&D part of the of the process. This is what went into it.
Wow.
Yes.
I
So
like
this
that.
is from Amazing Kenya collection. Yes. Let me do this one because I think it has an interesting story.
Okay.
So this one, this is called Miwa.
It's called
Miwa.
Miwa.
Yes.
Like sugarcane.
Yes.
Aha.
Yes, and it was inspired. It's also from the Amazing Kenya collection.
Okay.
And it's been influenced by our brothers from the Western.
Okay.
They love sugar.
Yes.
Their stories, So when you look at it, it has, it has a wider range.
Yes.
There are loops. There's a ring.
Yeah.
their cuffs, small
Yes.
bangles like those ones,
Okay.
influenced by sugarcane. They're sugarcane farmers. Yeah. Even guys, my mom comes from Ugenya. That's sugar
The
belt.
sugar belt.
Yeah.
I grew up on sugarcane, so
So you understand the story.
Yes, identify.
Yes, you identify. Yes.
Very nice.
This was in our maiden collection.
Okay.
It's called double ratting. Ratting, which means the dark one.
The dark one. Yeah.
Significant of the African continent. I am a Luo from Kenya.
Yes.
So the reason it's called double ratting is because when you look, let me just separate it. You see, there's this African map inside and the one that's outside.
Yes,
but this design allowed us to put Madagascar there.
Yes.
Because many people kept asking us for the Madagascar one, and for the life of us, we just couldn't figure it out.
Yes,
and of course, some of these ideas we source open source like Pinterest and that, so we just put our own spin into
Your
it.
creativity into
yes.
it. Yes.
And then this is what it came out
Very
as.
nice.
Yes.
Very nice.
Yeah. This is known as fududu.
You know why I'm laughing in a second.
Yes. Because there's the real story is
I'm dead right now.
A fududu it's like it's a blowing tool.
Yes.
For if
The
you
fireplace.
use the fireplace.
Yes.
So when you're trying to fan, it's like stoke the flames.
Yes.
You blow into it, and the sound it makes is known as a fududu. But you see, it's also trumpet.
Has to watch this.
But you see, it's also trumpet shaped.
Yes.
So and a trumpet is a wind instrument.
Yes, exactly.
That is of course the inspiration. And so of course you see now the. Sorry.
Yeah, it's okay.
So the hooks now, you see the hooks are longer.
Wow.
So, however, the new ones, the ones that you saw on a Ching Butler,
Yes.
they have a simpler hook, like this kind of a hook. This one.
Okay.
Yeah, just because then in terms of customer feedback, it doesn't fall out of the ears. It's more comfortable. Yeah, and we take that into consideration whenever we are creating. But yes, fududu. This one also has a ring.
Okay.
It has a choker. It has, what else does it have? Yeah, basically that.
Okay.
And they're very interesting. If you imagine this motif in a ring, it's really cool. It's really cool. We have simpler pieces, guys. Don't. So this is organic just because of the shape. It's not so defined and all that, and that's the intention of it. So we call it an organic bangle. Yeah. And it's, you see, this you can never go wrong with this. Whether it's a weekend, whether it's a holiday, the boredom, you can actually wear it there. This one is called Adik Safu.
Sorry?
Adik. Adik Safu. Adik meaning
Adik
three.
Safu,
Yes, and then the layers. The layers Safu, it's like a column. Yes, so layered in columns, and then this bobo over here. So that's just where it gets the inspiration from. Yes.
I love it.
Yes.
I love it.
So this is a smaller piece.
Yeah.
It's a smaller version of what I'm wearing.
Is that a fist?
Yes, the Revolution fist.
Nice.
Yes. So we
ulitengeneza June 2024.
Yes, it's actually been inspired by those happenings. So there was a question in which you had sent me what inspires us. Sometimes it's people, sometimes it's events, sometimes it's cutlery. Like we have a collection called Bakuli collection, and just because it's it lends itself to culinary art.
Exactly.
Yes. So this is a smaller version. Just we consider those guys who say, okay, this is a bit extra for me, but I can wear it if it was smaller. So this is a smaller Mageuzi piece.
Okay.
There's only this. Then the inspiration basically is the rejection of the 2024 finance bill. Yes. That's the inspiration. This is one of our pieces from nature. It's called the leaf earring. Simple as that.
Very nice.
Initially, we went to the workshop. It had been lying there for a bit, and then we picked it up. We said, okay, why not try it? And then it just started flying off the shelves. And so we began to make it, and and it became what it is right now. Almost done. This, it's known as, we have earrings that are in this motif. So they are
Okay.
called drop earrings. So we call this the drop cuff. But the collection name is
Hiyo
the tune
inaenda
cuff.
hapa.
Yes, inaenda hapa.
You know, I'm looking at the size of that and the size of my wrist. I'm like, it is not meant for people like us.
Hapana, inaingia tu.
Unainini hapo.
Tunaona, it even
Yes,
fits
yes.
me. This is how it looks like when it's on, and it's a very, very chic, very well put together. Like if you don't want, it's not too minimalist and it's not too bold.
Yes.
So if you just want to, you know, make a statement without necessarily saying I'm here, yeah, this is the piece for you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Wow. Guys, you have seen, and this is just a small sample of what Diro makes. And if people are interested and would like to either buy or just come and sample and see, where can you be found?
Us guys we are retailing at different points in the city.
Okay.
So we're at Zantadede store at the village market.
Okay.
We are also at the Nairobi Street Kitchen, the Ubunifu shop.
Okay.
We are also at the African Lifestyle Hub at the Sarit Center. We are also at the Aromatic Spa.
Yeah.
And if you happen to be in Diani, it's at the Leisure Golf in Diani.
Mm.
Yes. Then we also have an e-commerce platform. So dirokenya.com.
Yeah.
You can find us.
Okay.
Yeah. Though the e-commerce platform, people typically shop for makeup.
Yeah.
And gadgets.
Okay.
Typically. So us guys have not yet broken to where we are fully commercialized on the e-commerce platform. But guys, please write to us. Tell us, you know, the more you consume, the more data we have, and we're able to serve you better.
Absolutely.
Then, of course, on socials, on all Meta platforms, we are Diro Jewelers.
Okay.
If you search anywhere, Diro Jewelers, it's us guys who come up.
Yeah.
And it's not Dior. It's Diro.
Diro.
Yes.
Yes.
Diro.
With the
yes. Diro.
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 Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Very nice. Diana, parting shots. Any words of wisdom to the people in the entrepreneurship space, and also just words of wisdom from your own journey that you can share with them. I want you to look at that camera there, and then just from one entrepreneur to another entrepreneur, what do you want to tell them? I think I want to say two things. Yeah. The first one is that the sooner you understand who you're serving, or the sooner you narrow down to who you want to serve, you'll avoid wastage of resources in time, in finance, because you'll be targeting all your efforts at serving this person. I think it really worked for me. And those are the things that one of my friends used to say. It looks good on paper, but in practice it's not as easy as it sounds. Grounds. Yeah, but the sooner you decide who you want to serve, and put all your efforts in there, and the sooner you narrow down, the more narrow the more narrowly you have. You focus, yes, finish, exactly. The more successful, in fact, the higher chances of your success rate are. I love it. Yeah. So that's one. Two, if you're anybody who has a product, there's someone who told me people wear brands, they don't wear nice things. So make like branding, like getting your product to the place where it's a brand, it will speak for you in rooms that you are not present in. Yeah. Very nice, very nice. And Diro, I've just realized that Diro Dianga. Yes. All your pieces, if you look at the back, there's made in Kenya. So this is you partnered with Brand Kenya as well. Yes. And probably just in a minute or so, why did you think that was important? EPC ke proba make it Kenya, one animal, or one institution, or one whatever. So you just it's like a KEB certificate. It's certification, a mark of quality. So once someone sees that on your product, they are able to trust you. It's a trust thing. Yeah. I love it. You've heard it here from Dianga. I like her parting words. Find your niche and focus in it. The sooner you do that, the quicker you'll be able to I want to say take off in your business. I really love that. That's a good place to stop. It has been fun. Thank you. We could have gone on. I know the team at the back are like, yo, malizeni twende nyumbani. we are done. This has been Icon Radio's Money Mondays with Dianga Ochino, the CEO of Diro Jewelers, and she's just taken us through her journey. We're talking about crafting brilliance, the Diro story. And I think from what you have seen, the quality of the work, it speaks for itself. She has talked about where you can reach her. They have different shops around the city and around the country as well, and also online. Please feel free to interact with her and just get yourselves, something good for your loved ones or for yourself.
Yeah.
From all of us in studio, thank you, Vitalis and the team. It's good night and God bless. See you soon. Kwaherini sana.
Thank you.
Thank you.